Welcome. Thank you for coming today, and it's my privilege to introduce you to the Harada Method. The Harada Method in Japan was picked as the world's best process in day-to-day management to develop people to their fullest creative capability. The world's best. Now I want to talk to you about what it is and why it's the world's best. This was about 3 years ago. 4 students came to me and they said they wanted to intern. Now I teach at Portland State University and I know what it means to intern, but I never had interns before and I didn't know what to do with them. But it came to me, I will contact my friend Mr. Shigehiro Nakamura in Tokyo and I'll ask him to review his strategy map, strategy technology map. This is a map that teaches a company how to be world class. In this particular example, it was a manufacturing facility, a plant. And what the map does is it asks you to divide your facility into about 38 separate parts. And it wants you to be world class in each part. You see, what we do very often is we want to be world class in everything. No, you have to take each segment. I mean, a segment is quality, productivity, people development, supply chain, maintenance, robotics, etc. And to be world class in each one. What the map does, it asks you in this category, as an example, quality, what is the world's best technique in quality? Well, it might be Six Sigma. Then in the next column, it'll say who is the best. And if you look at this map, you'll see General Electric as an example, who at one time was the best in the world at Six Sigma. Well, each week, the students, actually it was every other week, the students would come to my office, and then we would have Nakamura on Skype in Tokyo. It would be 8 o'clock in the morning in Tokyo, and it would be 4 o'clock in the afternoon here in Vancouver, Washington. Each week, Nakamura would take one category and explain it to us. What's the world's best technique and who is doing this? And then we would work out 5 steps how to become world class. About the 7th visit with Nakamura, we come across a category and it was called standard work, standardized work. In the next column, it said day-to-day management. In the next column, it said Takashi Harada. And Mr. Nakamura would explain to us what standard work is. Standard work is how do you do work the best possible way. Then in the next column, it said day-to-day management. And day-to-day management, what is the world's best way to manage people? And Nakamura explained it to us. We became so fascinated, so interested in that we found out that Harada had written 7 books in Japanese, and we ordered the 7 books, and I was very lucky that 3 of the 4 students could read Japanese, and my wife is Japanese, and we studied Harada over the next couple of months. One day, I picked up the phone and I called Harada. Now, he cannot speak English, and I can't speak Japanese, but through my wife, Noriko, I asked Mr. Harada, I said to him, I want to bring your work to America. I'm fascinated with what you do. We don't have it here. We don't have a technique like this in industry that helps each person become a winner, each person to become really successful in life. And I said, when can I come and meet you? And he gave me a date. I think it was November 15th. I got on an airplane with my wife, and I flew to Japan just to meet Mr. Harada. And I asked him, let's take one of your books and we'll translate it into English. And he said, no. He said, no. I'd like to write a new book just for you and the American audience. And then I said something I should have said 30 years ago with Ono and Shingo. I said, Mr. Harada, I want to co-author it with you. I want to write my understanding of your method. I want to teach your method and put it into this book. And that's what I've done for the last 2 years, is I took the Harada concepts. I even went to Japan another time actually not once. I've taken about 5 courses from Mr. Harada to learn his method. I'm teaching the method at Portland State University, and this last year I've taught about 30 senior managers in America and Canada the Harada method, and it's been very successful. Virtually every one of my students have loved the method. Okay, George Trachilis has asked me to put together this workshop to teach the method online. And starting in January, you will be able to take the Harada course online. Now you could go to the introduction video just to get more detail about the method. The method is roughly this. It asks you to pick a goal, something to be successful in life at, something to be the best in life at. About a year ago, I taught 80 students at Portland State University, and I asked them, how many of you have a goal? Raise your hand. A goal to be successful in life. Not one student raised their hand. I was amazed. These students, what do? They want to get a degree, and they want to get a job, and they're going to be happy just doing that job. I don't think it works that way. I think what gives you real happiness is when you can get excited about something. So when you come to work every day, not only you're doing your job, but you're working at something to improve yourself. So in the Harada method, we ask you to pick a goal. We ask you to pick a purpose for that goal. And then we give you the steps. We give you the measure. You put in the actually, the wonderful part of the Harada method is we give you the methodology, but you do everything. We don't tell you what to do in life. You pick it. We give you the steps, how to get there, but you fill out the steps. You measure yourself. You monitor yourself. You decide the tasks that you have to do to attain your goal. And then we give you wonderful tools, such as the daily diary. And every day you would put on your diary what you want to do to attain your goal. And then at the end of the day, you monitor yourself. Did you do what you want to do to attain your goal? And of course, we ask you to work with a coach. Every great manager, every great athlete has a coach. Every athlete has a coach. But when you go to work, most of you don't have a coach. You don't have somebody that's going to watch you, somebody that's going to encourage you, not criticize you, but help you to sustain your path towards your goal. It's a marvelous, very simple process. We give you the tools and the techniques to do it. And if you do it, you have to be absolutely successful. It'll not only make you a better you, it'll make you a much better leader. A much better leader to lead others through this day-to-day management process to be successful in life. It'll teach you how to become a coach. It'll teach you how to become a mentor. I think you'll have a lot of fun with me. I'm excited to do it with George. You can start in January. Go to the introductory video first. And then, of course, the only real requirement is to get a copy of my book called The Harada Method. Because in that book, it gives you all of the details. It gives you copies of all of the forms that you could use in this process. I hope to see you in January. Thank you very much.